All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. You can all see my screen. If you can't, just let me know in the chat box or unmute yourself. But as you can see, we're going to be talking about the art of asking questions. And before I get into the information I want to share with you today, I just want to make a couple comments about this art of asking questions. Personally, this is something that I learned about 30 years ago. I took a course, and part of that course was this whole aspect of how to ask questions. And I call it the art of asking questions because there is a formula for doing this. And then once you understand the formula, just like a person who paints, from a draftsman standpoint, there are certain things from a perspective standpoint that you need to understand how to position characters and sight lines and all this other stuff that can go into draftsman for art. But your skill level, your interpretation, art still has a lot of variation to what you see. And the same thing is with the art of asking questions. There are certain concepts that if you understand the concepts, then you can paint in your own vocabulary. And the other thing I want to help us understand before we get into this aspect of the art of asking questions is to understand this important principle. Many people think that the person who's talking is controlling the conversation. And right now I'm talking, and yes, I am doing a bit of the control of the conversation. But if you learn the art of asking questions, if you're the person who's asking the questions, you actually control the conversation. And the person that you're asking the questions to, they're giving you the answers. In their mind, they think that they're controlling the conversation, but it's you who, but through the art of asking questions, that will end up controlling the conversation and the outcome of that conversation. And so what I want to present to you today is this aspect of the art of asking questions in relationship to sales. We can talk about, I'm just in the synergy business to share information with people. I understand that, bottom line is we still, in sharing information, we want to be able to achieve sales. And the only way that we're going to really, truly impact people's lives with the products that we have in Synergy Worldwide is to get them to consume those products. So there's an aspect of sales that you need to have. And whether you want to call this, just sharing information, or whether you really want to understand that this is a process of sales, the art of asking questions can increase your probability of success. And that's all we want to do. We want to give you key skill sets that will help you increase your probability of having a positive outcome. If that positive outcome is just sharing information, then we want to be able to help you increase that probability. If your outcome is a sale, then we want to increase your probability of obtaining a sale. So no matter how you want to couch this, the art of asking questions is really important. So I've got a question for you. And if you want to respond to it, please go ahead and unmute yourself. But my question to you is, do you have a branding, identity, and message? If you don't, you need to get one. So for me personally, I use a branding identity and a message called the Million Lives Project. So that's the identity, Million Lives Project. The message is their goal is to help 1 million people or more understand how to use natural ways to improve your health. Now, I use natural ways to improve your health because it allows me to fine tune as I go through this art of asking questions. I can fine tune this to a specific health issue. And so the broad statement of the Million Lives Project, their goal is to help 1 million people or more understand how to use natural ways to improve your health, is a broad statement that allows me to fine tune it with the person that I'm talking to based on questions that I ask and information that I receive to know what their health issue is. And then I can tailor my next responses and what I'm going to try and get them to agree to do through that process. Now, I know that we have some people here from the Caribbean Islands, and they've got the Caribbean Islands Health Initiative. I know David's on today. He's got the Hispanic Health Initiative. I've got some distributor friends. They're not in my organization, but I know them. They're over in Europe. They could easily do the European Health Initiative. They could take the same information and just change it to their best benefit. Or you can, if you don't want to adapt this information, then come up with your own branding identity and message. It will help you a lot. Now, some people, and what I'm going to share with you is going to call it the elevator speech. And what I want you to understand is how you can take your elevator speech, which is basically when a person asks you who you are and how you identify yourself. If you take your response, your elevator speech, and you combine that with a question, then you're going to get a whole an uptick in your level of response. So you're always looking to create awareness to begin the attraction process. What we're looking to do is we're looking through the art of asking questions and how we use our elevator speech with a question to be able to increase the probability of having a conversation with that individual. And in that conversation with the individual, then you can see if there's additional questions that you can ask that can lead down this pathway of creating either a potential client or a potential business builder. Now, we're, for a long time, for about 2.5 years, we were in the COVID-19 pandemic, and I know that there's a variant that's coming up, and you're beginning to see news about how we might have to go back to, old ways of doing things with dealing with COVID in terms of, restricting access into crowds and stuff like that. Irregardless, I live here in Illinois. There's no mask mandates anymore here in Illinois. Pretty much everything's back to normal. There's, people go to events now. People go to the movies now. With the Doctor Strange movie, I'm sure they're packed. I know that when Spider-Man came out, No Way Home, that was packed. That place was packed. People are kind of past this whole aspect of living their lives in fear. Now, that doesn't mean that there's some people don't still live that way. And it doesn't mean that when you go out, people won't have masks on. But people are back to being in contact with each other at a level that we haven't seen for the last 2 years. And because we haven't seen people for a long time, these are the 3 most common questions that you're going to hear, or some variation of these questions. How are you? What's new? And what do you do for a living? So depending upon the context of the meeting that you're with and the engagement that you're with the individual, how are you? Most likely is a person that you know. What's new? Most likely is a person that you know. What do you do for a living? Could be a variation of that. Are you still doing what you used to do before the pandemic? Again, all variations of these 3 common questions, you have the opportunity to be able to engage in conversation if you understand the art of asking questions. If I just give a statement, how are you? I'm great. How are you? They'll tell me how they are. And that will be pretty much the end of the conversation. Or what's new? Getting back to life again. What's new for you? Again, the end of the conversation. If I make a statement only to those questions, the conversation's really not going to go anyplace. So you've got to learn that if you really truly are interested in creating a dialogue with an individual that could lead down to a potential customer or a potential business builder, then you need to understand how you have to add a question to the end of your statement so that you can begin to create a dialogue. And that's one of the things I want to show you. So here's the question. How are you? I feel great. I joined the Million Lives Project and they taught me how to boost my immune system. Have you heard about this project? So my statement is I feel great. I joined the Million Lives Project and they taught me how to boost my immune system. If I shut my mouth at the end of that, they might ask me what the Million Lives Project is, or they might ask me how I boosted my immune system. But if I ask them a question, I'm most likely going to get an engaged response. Have you heard about this project? I can guarantee you that most people are going to tell me no. Now, before I go on to the response, I want to go back up here. You can morph this. You can change this. So how are you? I feel great. I joined the Million Lives Project and they taught me how to naturally control my blood pressure. Maybe you have a blood pressure issue and you've seen nitric oxide therapy improve your blood pressure. So don't bring in the nitric oxide therapy at this point in time, but talk about how the Million Lives Project helped you to naturally control your blood pressure. Again, have you heard about this project? You're looking to get a no response so you can give them some additional information. Or maybe you're a diabetic and nitric oxide therapy has helped you control your blood sugar. Again, you could say, I feel great. I joined the Million Lives Project and they taught me how to naturally control my blood sugar. Or maybe you've got cholesterol concerns and used to be on medication and now you're using metabolic LDL to help you and you found metabolic LDL to be as good or better than your medication. You could again do the same thing. How are you? I feel great. I joined the Million Lives Project and they taught me how to naturally bring my cholesterol levels back into the normal range. So again, depending upon what you want to promote or how you want to engage to create interest, again, understand that your statement is just the beginning of the process of creating dialogue. And you most likely won't be able to create the dialogue unless you end with a question. Have you heard about this project? So again, you're not asking them if they have high blood pressure. You're not asking them if they need to boost their immune system. You're not asking them if they have diabetic issues or cholesterol issues. You're just asking them, have you heard about this project? Because you want to create additional conversation with them. Again, the aspect or the answer that you're going to most likely get is no. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Their goal is to educate 1 million people or more on how to use natural ways to improve your health. Learning how to boost your immune system is one of them, or learning how to naturally bring your blood pressure back into normal is one of them, or learning how to control your blood sugar level is one of them. So again, you can adapt this, but you have a statement. And once you make that statement of however you've adapted it, you again come with a question. Would you like more information? And you're going to find on that question whether there's truly an interest there. If you get a yes response, that tells you that a person is interested. Now, don't start telling them all about nitric oxide therapy or about the immune system or whatever. What you want to do is you want to use a resource tool that will help them understand this in a way that if they decide to become a distributor, they can see themselves being able to use the same material that you're using so it's reproducible. Or you're wanting to use a resource tool that can provide third-party validation to what you're sharing with them. Third-party validation always works better than your own validation. Your validation to someone else who's asking, like if you have a distributor and they're asking you to share your story, then that third-party validation is greater than them sharing their story. So again, you're looking to use a video. I firmly believe in videos because they're visual. They provide great content, especially if they address the person's issue, and it becomes one additional touch along the pathway of helping you to acquire a customer or attract a business builder. And you'll notice that my question, if they give me a response, they have a great video to help you. If they give me the yes response, my response back is they have a great video to help you understand this. And then I ask what's called an assumptive close in a question. What's your email address? I don't ask, would you like to share with me your email address? If I do, would you like to share with me? Then they're thinking, do I want to or don't I? I've introduced a question into their mind as opposed to introducing a question in their mind that elicits a response rather than a thought process. So I say, what's your email address? If they want the information, they're going to share with me their email address. So I have that information, and then I can easily say to them, great, once I get home, I'll send you an email with a link to that video. And I'll be curious to know what you think of it. Is it all right if I call you and follow up? Or if you're proficient with your phone, like I know there's several people on today's call that you know how to use your phone. Hey, can I text you a video that you can easily watch on your phone? And I've seen this happen where people hold their phone next to each other and I can't remember the term that they use, where the information passes through the air onto their phone. So they have the person's phone number, and then they can easily go in there and they can text that person a video that they've got, or you can create in your text profile, you can create on your clipboard different messages with links to videos, and then all you have to do is copy and paste that onto the text and send it right to them. So there's things that you can do based upon your proficiency in technology that kind of determines how you do this response when they tell you yes, they want more information. So with the question, what's new? I decided to join the Million Lives Project, and they taught me how to boost my immune system. Or I decided to join the Million Lives Project, and they taught me how to control my blood sugar. Or I decided to join the Million Lives Project, and they taught me how to naturally keep my blood pressure in the normal range. Have you heard of this project? So my statement, I gear towards what I want to promote or what's happened to me from a health standpoint. And my question is, have you heard of this project? And again, I ask that question because I know that my response is going to most likely be no. And I want the no response. If they tell me yes, then my response would be kind of, okay, where did you hear about it? So it might take me by surprise, but I've got to be ready for a yes. Where did you hear about it? What do you know about them? And then you can still go into the same thing. If they give you a yes, how did you hear about them? What do you know about them? Well, then you know that their goal is to educate 1 million people or more how to use natural ways to improve your health. Learning how to boost my immune system was one of them. Learning how to naturally control my blood pressure was one of them. Learning how to keep my blood sugar stable is one of them. Learning how to get off of cholesterol medication to control my cholesterol is one of them. Would you like more information? So whatever your statement is, again, you come with a question. What would you like more information? And then you're going to get a yes response if they're really, truly interested. They have a great video to help you understand this. What's your email address? Can I text it to you? However, you want to use your technology to get them the information, that's how you want to put it into your question. What's your email address? I'm much more comfortable sending an email. If you're more comfortable sending a text, what's your text? What's your, can I text it to you? If you have, what do you do for a living? Well, if you truly are interested in promoting your Synergy business, but you don't want to talk about Synergy worldwide because then people might have, oh, he's in this network marketing company. Again, put it in this aspect of what your mission is. I coordinate the Million Lives Project in my area. I've been working with my clients to help them understand how to effectively boost their immune system. Do you know anyone who would like to boost their immune system? Well, given the COVID-19 pandemic, that would most likely be a good yes in today's environment. Or if you don't want to focus on the immune system and you want to focus on nitric oxide therapy, then you could do you know anyone who would like to naturally control their blood pressure? Or you could do you know anyone who would like to learn how to use what's called nitric oxide therapy to address their cardiovascular system? Maybe it's high blood pressure. Maybe it's cholesterol concerns. Maybe it's blood pressure issues. Again, do you know anyone who would be interested in learning how to naturally control those issues? Again, if you get a yes, then say, great, I've got an excellent video on the importance of nitric oxide therapy to help you with cardiovascular concerns, the importance of vitamin D to help the immune system. What's your email address? Again, hopefully you begin to see a pattern here that you have a statement that you've worked out prior to meeting people, that you've said it out loud enough times so that it sounds like you're actually talking to the individual. And then you've said it enough times out loud in practice so that when you actually get into a conversation, you might not say it exactly, but you know what you want to say, and you'll say it in your conversation in your voice. And as you do it more and more often, it just becomes natural for you to do this over and over with the understanding that you always come back with a question at the end. The question is at the end because it drives the dialogue or conversation to the next step in the process. Now, if they give you a no, I don't know of anyone, no, I don't, then you can say, well, here's my business card. If you ever run into someone who wants to improve their immune system, then please give them my card. I only give a business card when I get a no. There's no reason to give them my business card if I get a yes. If I give them my business card with a yes, then I'm most likely going to stop the information flow because they'll think in their mind, okay, I've got his business card. If I really have an interest, I'll call or email him. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to send them either an email or a text with information that will help them through a video to also give me a reason for follow-up, which continues that process of touch, leading to the probability of a better outcome. If I get a no, then yeah, here's my business card. What they do with it, I don't know. Some people will throw it away at the first chance that they get. Other people, like I open up my drawer here in my desk, and I've got tons of business cards here in my desk. Do I look at them? No, but occasionally I have because I've needed something from a person who gave me a business card, and now is the time that I needed their help. So I look through the cards, find the person that I need help from, and I can give that person a call. So maybe they don't have high blood pressure now. Or maybe they don't have a need for their immune system because they haven't got knocked down by COVID-19. But at some point in time, maybe those things present themselves and they remember that conversation that they had with you. Oh gosh, where's that business card from that guy I met? And then they go through their business cards and they find your business card and give you a call. Now, there's also another way that you can do this. Again, this is the art of asking questions. So the concept is the same. Understanding how to ask questions to gather information so that you can make a statement followed by a question. So here's a question. How are you holding up in this crazy world of COVID-19? And then just listen to their answer. Maybe they got COVID-19. Now, you could leave it at that, Or you could then say, do you have any lingering health issues? It's a question. Do you have any lingering health issues? I just can't seem to focus. Sounds like brain fog. Is that what you're experiencing? Unable to stay focused? Kind of things are fuzzy? Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm part of the Million Lives Project, and they have a great video on how you can use nitric oxide therapy to actually address brain fog and see significant improvements. Would you be interested in watching that? Yeah. What's your email address? Where can I text it to you? So again, there is a way that you could use this one simple question that we've all experienced for the last 2 years. We've experienced a really crazy world of COVID-19. How are you holding up in this crazy world of COVID-19? It has an empathy to it. And then listen to their answer. Maybe they say, I'm fine. I didn't get it, but most of my family members got it. Anyone have any lingering health issues from it? Again, it's a question. Do I have it written down here in front of you? No. My experience tells me, okay, what's my next question going to be? I'm listening to their answer. In this case, they haven't had any COVID-19 problems because they haven't had the COVID-19, but they shared information that they had family members. Well, maybe they don't share that. You could ask the question then, any family members with COVID-19? Oh yeah, quite a few. Anyone dealing with any kind of significant health issues from it? Oh yeah, I've got and so you, again, by the art of asking questions, you're controlling the conversation flow and you're gathering information. So you could use a framing process. So you've gathered information. If I could show you how you could address your brain fog and do it naturally, would you be interested in getting a video that shows you how? Again, it's a framing tool in the art of asking questions. If I could, would you? So through a series of questions, I gather the necessary information so that I can build my framing question in whatever it might be. So maybe it's that person's wife that's dealing with some lingering health issues. If I could show you how you could help your wife improve her health, especially the specific issues she's dealing with, would you be interested in getting a video that would show you how? Most people would say yes to that. And again, we've already covered how to deal with a yes response. Great. What's your email address? Assumptive Close. Great. What text number do you want me to send you the information to? An Assumptive Close. Or you could do things like, do you have any interest in learning how to boost your immune system? And whether they say yes or no, you could always use the following response. The reason why I ask, they could say yes, they could say no. You could use this response in either case. The reason why I ask is I came across an eye-opening video, not a boring video, an eye-opening video. Again, your voice is really important. Your inflection on certain words are important. That's why you want to, whatever you do, whatever you write down, you always want to read out loud, because if it doesn't sound conversational, then you need to change it so it's conversational, like you're having a conversation with them. The reason why I ask is that I came across an eye-opening video on the importance of vitamin D. Would you like me to send it to you? Or you could use, again, the same series of questions. Do you have any interest in learning how to naturally control your blood pressure? If you're talking to a person and they disclose with you they've got a blood pressure issue, do you have any interest in learning how to naturally control your blood pressure? Or you're talking to a person and they disclose that they're diabetic. Do you have any interest in learning how to naturally control your blood sugar? Maybe they're taking medication and they disclose that they don't like the medication because of how they feel. Do you have any interest in learning how to naturally control your blood sugar? Do it without side effects. So again, the art of asking questions, I'm giving you the framework, and then like art, you can paint the picture that you want to paint. The reason why I ask is that I came across an eye-opening video on how nitric oxide therapy can naturally address blood sugar, can naturally address blood pressure, can naturally address sexual health. Would you like me to send it to you? So again, it's an aspect of framing. And then if you decide to do an email, you could also do the same thing from a text standpoint. Again, you can take the time and on your phone, write out a text response that you can easily copy and paste so that that text response has what you want to say to the person and has the link to the video you want them to watch. So in this case, here's my email. Dear whoever, thanks for your interest in improving your immune health, your immune system, or thanks for your interest in improving your blood pressure. I've been following information from the Million Lives Project. Their goal is to help 1 million people or more understand how to use natural ways to improve our health. One of their videos is on the importance of vitamin D. One of their videos is on nitric oxide therapy and how to naturally address high blood pressure concerns. It's an eye-opener. Here's the link. And then whatever link to the video that pertains to the issue that you're talking about. So you could use this basic framework for multiple types of emails. And again, what do you want to do? If you're going to do emails, then open up a Word document on your computer, copy what you see here, write it in your own language, and then take the same thing and do one for high blood pressure. Take the same thing and then just change that for cholesterol concerns. Take the same thing and change that to blood sugar levels, whatever. You could take the same email for multiple different health issues, so that all you have to do is go in. You found the link to the video that applies to that health issue. You change this link so that it's that video. And now all you have to do whenever you want to send an email is you go into your Word document and you just copy and paste it. And then for the dear whoever, you just put their name there. So it's personal. Same thing on your text messages. You can create different, you can create this multiple ones that you can put up on your clipboard and then choose the right one given the health issue, and then copy it from your clipboard into a text, change the dear whoever to their name, and send it to them through a text. Now, you're going to send them an email and then follow up. So whether they call you or not, your goal, if you really are truly interested in creating the opportunity to acquire a customer or attract a business builder, you have to follow up. You can't depend upon them to follow up with you. So it's your objective to follow up with them. If it's a text, you can call them because you got their phone number. You can do the lazy way and send them a text and say, hey, did you have a chance to watch the video? Personally, I'm not a big person for doing that kind of text because it's impersonal. And we've gotten to the level that we've become so impersonal with our relationships with people that it's led us down a pathway that we don't value people like we used to. So I would much rather call the person. I've gotten texts from people, hey, can you give me more information about this? And I don't text them back. I call them because I don't want to be spending time trying to text back and forth as they ask me additional questions. I would rather call them and have the conversation, because in the conversation, I can ask questions to get a better understanding of what they're really asking me and how I can help them. So anyways, that's just, I'm sharing my pet peeve. If you like texting, then just go ahead and do it. Now, I also want to show you how to use the art of question when it comes to selling. When they've expressed to you that they're interested. In this case, we're talking about immune health and we're talking about vitamin D. So really, from a Synergy Proc standpoint, there's two procs that we have that are significant in helping people address vitamin D levels. Vitamin D3, the chewable tablets from Synergy Worldwide, it's so cost effective. It's $18 a bottle. There's 150 tablets. That's 12 cents a tablet. You know, each tablet is 2,500 international units of vitamin D3. We've done programs in the past on Saturday on the importance of vitamin D3. Cleveland Clinic recommends 4,000 international units on a daily basis for adults. So they could be taking 2 of these. So for less than a quarter a day, they can be having a positive impact on their vitamin D levels in their bloodstream. It's a chewable one. It's good for the whole family. Kids can use these things. So again, it's just a great opportunity for you to get at least them on a minimum level of taking steps to improve their health through the vitamin D3 chewable supplement. Or you could talk about the immune booster. You know, this is a more aggressive way to boost your immune system. You can go through all the highlights of it: 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 1,000 international units of vitamin D3, key B vitamins, zinc, and then beta glucans. You know, if you shared with them the video that we did on the immune booster, they'll get all that information. So on your follow-up, you can say to a person, hey, you know, did you watch that video on immune? You can see what a great product it is. I've been using that product now for, you know, how many months, you know, 8, 10, whatever period of time. It's made a huge difference in my immune system. So you give them 2 choices. And once you do that, you ask a question. And again, this is an assumptive close. Once you presented your information, you ask the question, which choice is best for you? It's an assumptive close. And it's also a question which allows them to make the decision that they choose. Maybe they're only going to do the vitamin D3 supplement. Not a lot of CV value to that, but that's what they choose. Don't try and upgrade them. Let them choose their option, because that's what they're going to buy. They've told you what they're going to buy. Then your next job is to get them signed up. And I'm going to show you something in just a second. Or they choose the immune booster. Great. You know, you know what it is. Now, we have Subscribe and Thrive. So you can then, once they've chosen their option, you could also then do the Subscribe and Thrive option by saying, if I could help you save 10% and get free shipping, would you be interested? Well, duh, it's a no-brainer. But yes, you want to get a yes to that, because you just, again, re-emphasize their decision in their mind. So now you can introduce them to Subscribe and Thrive. And you can help them understand how they can get 1 box of immune booster, get $4.90 off of it, and they're going to need it on a monthly basis because they're going to take 1 stick a day. So it's a natural fit for a 30-day program. If they decide to do the vitamin D3, are you married? Yeah. Well, both you and your wife should be on this. So you can get them onto a very cost-effective way for every month to get a vitamin D3 supplement. If you're promoting Pro Arginine, again, it's the same thing. Choose what you want. Some people give them 2 choices, 1 box or 4 boxes. Some people give them 4 boxes or the jumbo jar plus 1. Again, you're looking to give them 2 choices, and then you're asking the question, what choice is best for you? If I'm showing the 4 boxes at $200, because Synergy is going to give you a 120-day money-back guarantee, we want to be able to get you enough product to be able to help you address your health issue. And if for some reason it doesn't, you have plenty of time to return the product back to the company and get a full refund. So I'm going to recommend 2 options to you. 4 boxes, which is $200 plus tax and shipping. Or what I think is a better value, their big jumbo jar, 180 servings, equivalent to 6 boxes. Plus, they give you a box by itself, 30 servings in that box. So really, you're getting 7 boxes for an extra $40. So that's like 3 additional boxes for $40. It's a much better value. But for you, what choice is best for you? Now, $200, you planted the sales tax and shipping in their mind. Once they make their choice, let's say that they choose the 4 boxes. You can come back to, well, if I could help you save 10% and get free shipping, would you be interested? If you know the actual savings, in this case, you know it's $200, so 10% is 20. If I could help you save $20 and get free shipping, would you be interested? Well, most people are going to say yes to that. Then you can introduce them to the Subscribe and Thrive program, and you can help them through Subscribe and Thrive get a 10% savings, or if it's the jumbo jar plus 1, a $24 savings. Again, you know what the savings is, so say it. If I could help you save $24 and get free shipping, would you be interested? Yeah, great. Let me introduce you to Subscribe and Thrive. And then you can get them signed up for that option to be able to get their product through the Subscribe and Thrive program. So I've given you a lot of information. We've recorded this. And again, as I shared at the beginning, it's the art of asking questions. Once you begin to understand this process, this is a key skill. If you want to increase the probability of your success in attracting a customer or acquiring a business builder, or whether you want to call it acquiring a customer and attracting a business builder, again, this is a key skill, and you will increase your probability of success as you implement this key skill and you get better and better at it. So do I have any questions from anyone with regards to the information I've shared with you today? You'll have to unmute yourself and you can give me your questions or comments before we say goodbye. All right, since I don't have any questions and no comments, everyone enjoy your weekend. And if your mom is still with you, make sure that you tell her how much you appreciate her tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you,
You're
Dan.
welcome.
I was muted.